On the back of his teammate and one of his main championship rivals, Alex Rins, on the second of the factory Suzuki.
How is it going to go for Suzuki today? The heart rate on Fabio Quartararo reads 105 patch. You can see it's still there, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah. So pole Espargaro from pole position. Can he make it count this time around? He's determined with absolutely nothing to lose in terms of the championship. Taka Nakagami hunting his first podium. Joan Zarco. That quartet sandwiched alongside those Suzukis. What do Joan Mir and Alex?
Last year's winner not here. Marc Marquez, 2018. Of course, that wet race for Dovi, who wins 2020.
Miller. Yeah. Hopefully, it might have been Joan Zarco, who has got a great record himself here. Back in 2017 then. Jack Miller, one of several riders that's rolled the dice, gambling on that Michelin hard for Valencia Grand Prix. Have any idea who's going to win as well?
The countdown is on. Joan Mir leads the... We're about to find out. If you've come to the grid and you don't fancy your tyre on that warm-up lap, it's tough. Wait is over. The main event is here, and we've got a heart rate monitor. Brilliant. On Davide Previo as well. 27 laps coming up. We look to the lights, and away we go. Also, so did Nakagami, and it's a head-to-head here for turn one. Rins can't get through. Pol Espargaro.
Miguel Oliveira's had an exceptional start from 8th, already up to 5th place.
Here comes Maverick Vinales. God, he's got a couple of places he's going through there on Aleix Espargaro, who's just behind his teammate Franco Morbidelli.
Brilliant, the early podium battle, but Pol Espargaro from pole position, exactly where he wants to be. Mir up the inside of Nakagami at turn 6.
Him, Oliveira, Zarco, Morbidelli and Quartararo.
Someone's gone down!
And that's got to be championship
Fabio
potentially
Quartararo
over!
Down with Aleix Espargaro.
Unbelievable! How many more twists and turns are we going to see in 2020?
Is he down and out of this MotoGP World Championship battle as well? Back at the front, Pol Espargaro from pole, Fabio Quartararo. Oliveira now trying to find a way through on Taka Nakagami. He's made that move, Miguel Oliveira.
And then, oh my goodness me, no, he was going up the inside of Franco Morbidelli. I don't think there was any contact.
There was no front end, they're on different lines, but Aleix Espargaro and Fabio Quartararo down in the gravel together. But in
our new graphics for this weekend, it shows you that Quartararo, as a result, as it stands, would be
Fabio Quartararo, particularly now as well, with 2 Suzukis on the podium places yet again.
The inside of Pol Espargaro. Brilliant work there from Alex Rins. He leads this Grand Prix.
Picks up pole big time. Now then, Joan Mir trying to run that tight inside line. The Suzuki
Here he comes.
Turns on Espargaro. He does indeed. He holds on to second place to Espargaro.
How's the heart rate now? Davide Previo.
32.764 from him on the last lap. One of the quickest men on the circuit, actually, faster than Pol Espargaro and Joan.
Pol Espargaro, Joan Mir and Miguel. Suzuki KTM, hungry to get through. It's already gone up from 92 to 117, and it's climbing. Here comes Joan Mir.
Massive pat on the back. That was a genius decision.
Here it is on board now with Joan Mir on the approach. Can take a different line on to get some more drive through. Miguel Oliveira is looking very good.
In that tight infield section. A bit further back, Morbidelli in 7th place. He's picked up a few plays with his protege.
Mir's going for it again. He's thought about that move once more. 11th place at the moment. He's just one ahead of Pecco Bagnaia. Across the line we go. It's Rins.
Somebody else is down there.
Who is that? Aleix Espargaro is out. So it's Lorenzo Savadori to end what has been an awful day for Aprilia.
You know how often he struggles in group scenarios. Maverick Vinales 132.549 on lap 1.
We may not know what's happening with the tyres in this race, and we may be in the unknown, but one thing is as well that they are currently in 1st and 3rd, and Joan Mir at the moment looks like he's got a problem himself, though, hasn't he, Mir? Because Oliveira is swarming all over his rear tyre. Oliveira comes Mir. He's up the inside.
That's there at the top of your picture. Sam, you've got some thoughts?
Yeah, Morbidelli, only one that ran close to the same times as the fastest guys. It could work.
It could work. We'll keep an eye on the number 21. He's currently
in all kinds of conditions, hold up better than everybody else's. They're so gentle. They've got the problem for the likes of Pol Espargaro and co, because the Suzukis are in the pound seats just where they want to be.
Espargaro and Fabio Quartararo, no contact made whatsoever. Wow.
Dovizioso and Marquez did a tandem tumble, didn't they? head in hands for Razlan Razalik and Johan Stigefeld. Both surrendered the 2020 MotoGP World Championship, having had such an amazing start. Oh, Rossi has got Valencia.
Well, particularly the Monster Energy Yamaha team.
I mean, you talk about weeks from hell, weeks into, what an absolute nightmare. Rossi had a mechanical, didn't he, that ruled him out of the season opener in Jerez. All their welter points, team points taken off Monster Energy Yamaha and Petronas Yamaha SRT.
It's looking like the day Joan Mir wins in MotoGP and takes complete control. Stages here, the two Suzuki boys.
Suzuki have never won in MotoGP here in Valencia. Their last win.
Yeah. Fabio Quartararo is going to be absolutely livid, Matt. He's just set the fastest lap of the race. He's the
race. Pecco Bagnaia.
What a wretched run he's been in.
He cannot wait to see the end of 2020, can he, the Italian, to be back in the race and doing those times. His bike obviously not picking up any kind of damage. 31.9.
The two Suzuki boys have not had too many battles head-to-head so far this year. Cal Crutchlow's now crashed out. Without any more injuries. Good to see that he's on his feet. Now, these are precious points now going to the likes of Maverick Vinales. He's
away from podium pace. So Cal Crutchlow's race is over. Alex Rins still making the head pressure from Joan Mir. The heart rate just creeping up. It's quite steady at the moment. I don't think it'll be too steady in the back.
Is not letting the Suzukis out of his sight. And someone else as well. You've got to keep a really...
Here is Fabio Quartararo then, trying to salvage some points at the end of the tandem tumble with Aleix Espargaro. He's in 16th place right now as Fabio Quartararo.
We saw the strength of Suzuki's and KTM's in Austria, didn't we?
Group up now, isn't it? Bunch up behind Alex Rins. Nakagami and Zarco, they're coming back into Gradovizioso for company.
Jack Miller's just put in his fastest lap of the race. Hopefully for his sake it's not too late. Moment is losing touch with these top 3 or 4 riders. Look, there's a lot of time to go and he's going through on Franco Morbidelli. It's time to push. He looked like he'd just gone up into 7th there ahead of Morbidelli. He has.
Yeah, this is more trouble coming the way of the likes of Dovi and Marquez.
Look at the live championship standings right now. Well, it would be a Suzuki.
Yeah. And you just cannot see a scenario. Yes, we've had so many twists and turns, more than spaghetti. 27-point lead over the last 2 races. I just think he's far, far too good to let himself some career. Alex Marquez is now closing in on him, the Repsol Honda rider, and behind Marquez is Andrea Dovizioso leader Alex Rins. What a bizarre scenario 2020 has been for Suzuki in the winter tests. They look championship over. Likewise, Joan Mir, DNF, P5 DNF. We thought, well, it's all over. Suzuki have... They're hammering it in Hamamatsu, aren't they, at the moment, that's for sure. Alex Rins, he has beaten, looking to exact some revenge, and in doing so, take his first ever MotoGP victory. Alex Rins
behind Rins to see what he would do, because 27-point lead with 2 races to go is a very, very... that Grand Prix victory.
And at the moment he looks quite comfortable because Pol Espargaro and Miguel Oliveira, no means running a slow pace. He's absolutely on the limit, he's on the ragged edge, but the Suzukis at the moment are just that slightly
on the Sponsorama Racing Ducati. Those 2 riders there, Nakagami and Zarco, are an old machinery, let's not forget.
Has been able to gap Franco Morbidelli. Morbidelli now has got more problems coming.
Fan wall, there's some tense faces there as various fans watching their heroes across the line. To take the positives out of it, at least he's okay, but it will be interesting to know exactly what's gone wrong there.
Well, it looked actually, Lynn Jarvis must barely want to look at the screens at the moment. It's been a very east.
Only 4 riders went medium front, medium rear in terms of the World Championship. The track limits there is Quartararo, and of course the 2 Suzukis out front. Quartararo here at the moment is in 16th, lapping pretty quickly. A 2nd win in 3 races, and if he takes it, Stondo Savadori just sitting up and allowing riders through. He crashed earlier and rejoined. He doesn't want to get in the way of this.
2nd now. You've got a fascinating scenario here because you've got Alex Rins looking at his pit board, seeing 36. He's going to want to put vice versa the incentive for Mir to beat his teammate to take that first victory. This is
just set their fastest laps of the race so far.
Yeah, and of course we keep saying it, but who knows in this situation? This is a journey into the dark, as so many riders said. Is today the
copter view of the top 4 riders? Rins still in control of this from Joan Mir. Pol Espargaro with Miller still catching. Alex Marquez has now gone through on Morbidelli. Morbidelli's in trouble, Matt. A 32 another place, 9th place now, and if he stays there, his championship over.
with back-to-back wins for Fabio Quartararo. No team has won more in 2020 MotoGP than the Malaysian back squad.
Looking very good at the moment. That was again his back-to-back fastest laps. He was faster than the two ahead of him. Tyre troubles at the end of both of those races. Pol Espargaro is catching the two Suzukis here.
Pol is incredible. There's some news on what happened to the doctor, Valentino Rossi. Simon, what have you got for us?
I don't know exactly, but he said Valentino tried to accelerate out of a corner, the thing just cut out.
Simon, bad news again for Yamaha, but at least it doesn't sound like it's an engine. It's another place lost for Franco Morbid, 9th place. It gets worse for Yamaha.
It's a bit of a timid surrender, this, isn't it? On the very first lap.
On board with the World Championship leader, now looking back from his team to go. 27 points would be the lead for Mir going into the Grand Prix of Valencia here next week.
Trying to keep his own championship aspirations alive, trying to keep Joan Mir at bay. That gap has been about 0.2 of a...
And that last lap, Jack Miller again taking a 10th or 2 out of Johan Zarco in the battle for 6th. Similar times to the leaders.
Morbidelli's pace has just dropped off a cliff. He's in the 33s now. What's pace in the top 10, but not the afternoon that he was anticipating at all.
Suzuki's out front, on board with Mir. This is where they're so strong. Their corner speed, wrong, out front.
And this is a real test as well of Mir's, or where his risk and how much risk is he going to be willing to take to try and secure that precious first victory. And he'd be increasing his lead to 27 in the World Championship with just 2 to go. It's going to be fascinating to see.
There's something else just to put into the equation for Joan Mir. As it stands, his nearest champion mate, and what's rule number 1? Always beat your teammate. So yeah, it will be really interesting to see into the closing stages. 31.9 from Alex Rins, his personal.
He's so silky smooth, so precise. Yes, the motorcycle allows him to do that.
It's when things are going well, he looks so elegant on that Suzuki. He really does. Here's Quartararo in the background there. He's falling into the hands of Nakagami, and Miller has just put in his fastest lap as well.
As well as he's not been able to find safe passage through on Oliveira. So while Miguel Oliveira's been getting cut adrift,
lap Mir just slightly faster than Rins, and they still cannot shrug off Pol Espargaro. Here is Policcio, who you just know is getting close to Rins on this lap, Matt. Really close. Is there a move coming here from Joan Mir? This is Esgrivio if they get any closer. They head up towards halfway point of this European Grand Prix.
Yeah, a lot of laps still for these tyres to contend with. A bit hot there, wasn't he, into the first corner? That's cost him a bit of crucial time.
Eager to stay in contention, isn't it?
On these Suzukis and sleep well, going, well, I threw everything at it.
Mir's pushing it there. A little walk. Nakagami's gone through, so Nakagami is up into 4th place. Tito Rabat's retired out of the race. Nakagami goes up
to sweep straight back on through, having done all the hard work. No, Nakagami has managed to keep the Portuguese man
with these 3 riders.
9th place at the moment for Andrea Dovizioso. He'll still be a contender, but realistically it's looking very dubious that Dovi will still be
this season with the Suzuki team, but they've not had a 1-2.
I don't think they've had a 1-2 since 1982. Watching back at home, if you are, mate, hope all's well with the family and everything. He'll be delighted to see one of his old factories done. All right, kick me while I'm down.
Lucio Cecchinello at the moment can't watch as Norton Roads on. Pol Espargaro, is this the move coming from Joan Mir? He thought about that. He really thought about that, Joan. Across the line for Rins. Mir will be quicker and is. Not a lot in it.
Just then Pol Espargaro, the KTM's horsepower this year, it's a weapon in a straight line, and it's got brilliant first corner. So what he loses coming out of 14, he can recover in the braking zone for turn 1.
In so many ways, doesn't have to do anything about the position he's in. He could just cruise home behind Alex Rins, and this is what Joan Mir's about. He's so clever. He has battered away any questions about pressure all weekend. The World Championship leader, he's going all out for victory, and that is the sort of thing you see in classy.
Sitting behind Alex Rins for so long in this race, as he got the pace to break away from his Mir, not only extending his World Championship lead, but doing so from the top step of the podium for the first time in MotoGP.
Into turn 1 he goes. Can he now make a breakaway from Alex Rins? I was a bit back to class. It's the sort of thing stoners do, the sort of thing Marc Marquez does.
Absolutely.
He doesn't
get in hot. And Mir just said, thank you very much. I'm going to take all...
He doesn't know what to
He's
do.
about to pull his hair out, Davide Brivio, which is going greyer by the second.
Well, yeah, unfortunately.
Now then, what has Alex Rins got in response? Can he find some way to retaliate? The live place in the championship. And then Fabio Quartararo, Maverick Vinales and Andrea Dovizioso, well, they're going to be a battle.
That is astonishing, isn't it? Really is astonishing. That's a hand and a half on the MotoGP World Championship.
Davide Brivio knows that this is a key Grand Prix, a key 9-or. Kenny Roberts Jr. was Suzuki's last world champ back in 2000, and they've never been closer. They've never fought.
What a time to put in the fastest lap of your race as well. Joan Mir, 31.9, is asking big questions. Still plenty of time left in this race, but Mir now trying to check out. He's had double the podiums of...
And this will be justice. This will be justice for Styria when he really should have won that Grand Prix. He was Maverick Vinales' brake failure at 140 miles an hour in the first corner. Had that not happened, well, Joan Mir Prix winner for the very first time.
It's up to half a second now, back to Alex Rins, but he is pushing. Wheels are not exactly aligned for the number 36, which will just add to the stress of Davide Brivio, but it's
fastest lap of the race. What a performance it is by Joan Mir. Alex Rins at the moment's got nothing for him. Let's go into the first corner. That's for sixth place, but what a lap that was by Joan Mir. He does better than any other motorcycle on the planet. It can keep gripping its tyres for the last...
I've just got to come to you quickly about this, because with the pressures of leading the World Championship, this would be some win, wouldn't it, for Joan?
Long time, Stephen. I feel a lump in my throat watching him, on his way. I don't want to draw on that edge, and he obviously feels like he can do it, so he's away you go. He's gone for it.
Yeah, at the moment, Rins has got nothing for Mir at all. All he can do is watch. Rins will be hoping now that Mir's going to hit some kind of tyre trouble, which you don't hear us say very often.
World Championship.
Well, it was all pointing towards a real thriller, a nail-biting final round decider in Pound. MotoGP World Champion right here in Valencia in just 7 days' time.
Like to take a moment again just to say that there's so many people behind the scenes that need to take credit well, who will be loving what he's seeing at this moment in time.
Yeah, project leader Shinichi Sahara, who's been at Suzuki for so long.
Ken Kawauchi and Davide Brivio are going to be launched into the skies by their team again.
And just really had to make sacrifices for this factory effort this year, and it's all reaping big dividends. To take a layer off in a minute. Don't worry, I've got 3 on, mate. Don't be scared.
Further back, Pol Espargaro is not let go of chances of second place, but as they go across the line, it's now 8th.
Just marvellous by Mir. Absolutely brilliant pace. Again, 3/10 quicker than Alex Rins in second place. He was slightly faster on that last circuit than Rins ahead of him.
And it's another defensive display from Joan.
SIA, have they?
Brad Binder's now gone past Franco Morbidelli, and so has Danilo Petrucci. Nightmare weekend this has been for Yamaha Motor Company.
Well, let's hope it was a fuel pump for Rossi, otherwise he might really stellar job. Credit to him. This would have been a tricky weekend. All the mixed conditions, not having chance to dial in the unknown, to be beating riders like Dovizioso, Morbidelli, Petrucci. It's another feather in the cap for
the battle for the Rookie of the Year, Matt. They're locked on points at the moment, Alex Marquez and Brad Binder. They might be actually fighting
32-2-3-3. It's only going to be a salvaging 14th place.
It's a second. The gap is a slap.
Fastest man on the circuit right now is the man in 4th place there, top of your picture, Taki Nakagami. T1 884 as we look at a very pensive and apprehensive Davide Brivio.
Let's not forget, Mir winning this does make it our 9th different winner in 2020.
Yeah,
12 races. What a lap from Brad Binder in 10th place. So, and he's still got every Binder just behind.
Yeah, 9 different winners. That would tie 2016, wouldn't it? And that was the previous. We might, for the first time in history, have different race winners into double figures this year. That would be pretty.
Alex Marquez in 8th, Dovi in 9th, and then behind them, Brad Binder, the fastest man on the circuit.
Yeah, that's what's keeping Brad Binder's attention right now, isn't it? He doesn't need any more incentive. He's fighting in the hands of Andrea Dovizioso. He breezes on by Alex Marquez. Oh!
Marquez has gone down!
He nearly took Marquez. That would have just about summed up Andrea Dovizioso's look in 2020 as well, if he'd have been clattered into by Marquez.
Just after being passed by Dovi, through he went. Let's not forget there's a couple of damp patches in here.
About inches, maybe millimetres.
What that has done is moved Binder up a place. Crucially, it gives a couple...
Yeah, a bit of a blow as well for Marquez in terms of Rookie of the Year battle as well, wasn't it? This man, and he's had some special moments. He's been untouchable so far today, and he's just stretching that lead.
Joan Mir here in Valencia under the most intense pressure, which he hasn't really had any dry track time. How has he been able to deliver consistency like that?
Well, he
deserves every accolade he gets, Joan Mir. He's been brilliant this year. From that, he's just been a force, an absolute force.
Yeah, this will be 7 podiums. It was always going to be about the man who could find the consistency, and Joan Mir has stepped up and been.
As Davide Brivio, he doesn't know what to do. He can't watch. It would be Suzuki team if things stay the way they are. 1-2 on circuit, 1-2 in the World Championship. It would be as things
in with Maverick Vinales and Aleix Espargaro, and here they are just 5 years later. Looking laps to go then now for Joan Mir. His advantage almost 1.5 seconds over his teammate Bay in third.
8 kilometres left for Joan Mir, and he's not slowing.
Just to find words to describe this performance.
Zarco's form, his speed has fallen off. Zarco's got problems in terms of his lap times, and here comes Binder as well. So Binder, for having done a penalty loop, is now up into 8th.
Yeah, now Rookie of the Year, which is very important for the rookie riders. Don't say anything else to Alex Marquez, and it's his to lose. He's ridden this Valencia circuit inch
around to try and find that crucial victory, but he'll be very encouraged by this performance. They won't have to. He might not be so keen to risk everything next week. Brad Binder's gone ahead of Dovi now. 4 kilometres left for Joan Mir. He's on the brink of history here. He could become the 9th different. We look at Frank.
Turn 2, no problems for Joan Mir. He's now coming through turn 3. 11
These beautiful looking Suzukis in 2020 are getting what they deserve, and their leading man in the World Championship is about to pick up his first ever win.
The MotoGP World Championship without a race win. Davide Brivio, those palms are going to be full of sweat. He won't care. Of course, for a famous 1-2 here in Valencia.
What a day it has been. 1-2 for the first time since 1982, and there's just 1 corner left now for Joan. 1-2 in the championship. Miraculous!
Awesome.
From Joan Mir, who wins of 2020, and it's a 1-2 for Suzuki for the first time. Alex Rins and for Suzuki. Unbelievable.
Celebrations are going to get underway. Big start. Race win looked a mere formality. Is it a mere formality for Mir now that he's going to be crowned world champion? In World Championship has gone. It's the first match point next week for Mir here in Valencia 2. Third coming into this 27 lap battle was a slender 14 points. What a massive swing in the relation for Joan Mir. Pure dejection for Fabio Quartararo.
By Davide Brivio. What a day. The Mallorcan here will